a lot of people have the feeling that you shouldn't protest because nobody's listening anyhow. And actually, the point of protesting now is because they're not listening. And the point of protesting is to gather the other people who care to get into the streets to create the kind of political crisis where they have to respond. Not where they listen to you, but where they can't ignore you, where the whole world is going, hey, they're losing legitimacy in their own home country. So, first, you're aiming for the people who do care and you're fighting for them to step out and act. And then, as you do that, that is going to do more to make people who are checked out, who are not angry, who should be, it's going to do more to make them say, hey, what do those people feel so strongly about? That they're willing to go into the public square and raise their voices, that they're willing to do nonviolent civil disobedience, that they're willing to disrupt business as usual and take some risks and refuse to comply and lose their jobs or whatever it takes. That's what's going to make people who right now are checked out start to say, what do they know that makes them feel so strongly that I don't know? And it's going to make them start to ask, it's going to make them start to pay attention. That is how every social movement has ever advanced. That's what happened with if you look at something like the freedom rides and the civil rights struggle, they didn't start with the people who weren't angry. They started with the people who were and who were upset and who wanted to act. And through their actions, they forced everybody else to open their eyes. It's the same thing that happened in 2020 with the George Floyd uprising. It started with the people who cared, and then it created the conditions where millions who had never thought about the institutionalized white supremacy and police terror started to think about it. I remember reading articles, very moving articles, about tattoo parlors throughout the country, but especially in the South, during the 2020 uprising around George Floyd and Breonna Taylor, who said, we will do free tattoo removals of Confederate flags and other symbols of white power and Southern pride. And what this tells you is there were people, and they had quotes from them, people who said, I had this tattoo my whole life. I didn't realize it was racist. I just thought this is, my dad had this, Confederate flags, whatever. And they were forced to think about it. They were not the ones you aimed the first time, hand out a flyer, come protest against police murder. Today we are not going to get the people who are the most apathetic or even on the wrong side to step out first. You aim for the ones who care, and we all have to act. But then as you do, it can shake and force others to start to question and rethink their assumptions and even join you. And so that's the dialectic I see there.